Welcome back to Kim Daly TV. In this video, I want to talk about my top 3 do's and don'ts of buying a franchise. Now, before we get into the video today, my name is Kim Daly. I am your host. I'm a franchise consultant. And for the last 22 years, I have been helping people just like you say yes to the dream to invest in a franchise business by matching franchise opportunities to your background, interests, skills, finances, and life goals. Now, if you stay with me to the end of the video, I'm going to tell you how you could be my next candidate. Okay, so let's talk about my top 3 do's and don'ts. In reality, this list could be like my top 50 on both sides, but we're only going to talk about 3 really big ones today. So let's start with the number 1 do. The number 1 thing that I would tell you when you're investing in a franchise is you are investing in who, not what. What does that mean, Kim? It means you're investing in people, not widgets. Many people come to the idea of owning a franchise because they love the taste of the yogurt. They love the taste of the sub. They see the line outside of the door of that particular business and they think that must be the business to own. No, not necessarily. As the investor in the franchise, I want you to find people that have a vision for building a brand and that vision inspires you. I want you to feel a culture that feels good to you. And all of us are not going to feel good in the same culture because we're all a little bit different. So you want to match up your personality to people that you can get to know, like, and trust. Because ultimately, the biggest difference between you going out there alone as an entrepreneur and you coming into franchising as a franchisepreneur, the biggest difference is that you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So if you're looking at a widget, go be an entrepreneur. Do that on your own. But if you want to be in business for yourself, but not by yourself, ultimately, you've got to look up and see who is doing the business. What is their background? Are they financially capitalized? Do they have experience in both the franchise development industry, but also the industry that the business is actually in? These are the critical components to their mentorship to you as a franchisee. So that's my first do. Invest in who, not what. Okay. So the first don't of investing in a franchise is don't invest in a hobby. I know you've read the book, you've heard the stories, do what you love and the money will follow. I am one of America's top franchise consultants, and I have helped thousands of people explore opportunities and many to go on to become happy franchise owners living their happily ever after. And they're living that happily ever after because they found a business that matches their goals and their vision and their dreams and people that inspired them that they could be mentored and coached by, not because they invested in a hobby. Leave your hobby your hobby. Make your business your business. Sometimes when you try to bring the two together, you end up losing your hobby because inevitably your business might become a little bit stressful at times. Let's be real. And when your business becomes stressful, not only are you going to be stressed about your business, but now you've lost the passion for your hobby. How sad is that? Let your hobby be your outlet. Let your business be the way that you grow personally and professionally and earn money. Okay, so that's the first do and don't. Do invest in people. Don't invest in a hobby. The second do of investing in a franchise is please invest in a business that you can more than comfortably afford. The number 1 reason that people fail in business ownership in general is because they run out of money. Well, how sad is that in a franchise where there are so many people that you could validate these numbers with? So I know sometimes we get emotionally excited about a brand and we think I have to own that franchise. I, as your franchise consultant, will tell you to let go of that. This probably isn't going to be the only business you invest in. It's just the first business you're investing in or the next business you're investing in. So if you can't yet comfortably afford the business of your dreams, let it go. There are plenty of other ways to make money. That's where I come in. And the level of investment going in needs to be not just the money to start the business, but you need to have a cushion. I don't want you coming from a place of lack around money when you're trying to launch a business, because you know what? The universe is a mirror. And if you're sending out, I don't have enough, the only thing the universe can send back is, okay, she doesn't want enough. And that's what you will get back. So any feeling of lack or limitation, especially around money, it doesn't need to happen in this franchise conversation. So please invest responsibly and invest in a business that you can more than comfortably afford. Even if it's not your dream business, just let it be the bridge to your dream business. Let it be the business that you can comfortably afford, that you can be successful in, that you can learn the skills and the traits of being a successful business owner, and that helps you build your net worth and build your liquid assets so that you can afford the business of your dreams. Now, the second don't of investing in a franchise is please don't invest in a business because you think it's something that your community needs or because you love the taste of the product, okay? These are not the reasons to pick the right investment for your future. When you start to think about owning a business, ultimately, it's because you're screaming for control, whether that's control over your personal time, control over a glass ceiling, like busting through that so that you have control over your financial future. Ultimately, most people are looking for control. So I want you to align yourself to a franchise that's going to help you feel in control. Just because your community needs said business doesn't mean it's a business that speaks to your core skills or the quality of life goals that you have or the kind of people that you want to create jobs for and mentor, or heck, even the customer that you want to serve. Like, if you really want to wake up and own this environment, when you work with an experienced franchise consultant, you're going to tell me, you're going to order up what you want in your ideal franchise. Now, I'm not saying I can deliver on everything that you want. I said it's ideal, right? But if we can get you 80% of what you want in this order of your ideal business, that's pretty darn good, right? So don't compensate for what you actually want in a business and what you're trying to build in your life in terms of quality of life and financial return because you think you're going to be successful because your community really needs this. And that's why you end up turning to that franchise. That is a very common mistake that a lot of people make, not if they come to me, but a lot of those people do come to me with that kind of idea. And then I help bust through that and help them see why it really doesn't matter what your community needs. It matters what you need. This is an investment for you. It's a business that helps you to grow personally, professionally, and then financially. And if you're growing and you're passionate and you're excited about it, guess what? Your community is going to wake up and not just need it, but they are going to want it. And they're going to want you because you're going to be a magnet calling them to you. And the third do of buying a franchise is please work with an experienced franchise consultant. I want to be your consultant. What is the purpose of this video? What is the purpose of my YouTube channel except to call you to me? I have 22 years of relationship, knowledge, experience. I know that I can help you make a good, confident decision about investing in a franchise. It's why I'm so passionate about what I do. If you try to go it alone, you're going to potentially fall into a lot of the mental potholes that people fall into, good meaning people like you, just because you don't know what you don't know. You believe your own assumptions. You're limited in your knowledge of how to explore. But if you come to me, my service is free. You have nothing to risk. And I am not going to allow you to fall into those mental potholes. In fact, I am going to go, wait, there's a pothole there. Let's walk around that pothole, because it's much easier to walk you around the pothole than it is to try to pick you up after you've broken your ankle by tripping in that pothole or something worse. Okay, so please work with an experienced franchise consultant who knows the landscape. I know the questions. I know the players. I know what brands are growing. I know the reputation behind the scenes of these franchisors. Which franchisors have reputations of being really good at selling franchises, but not supporting franchisees? And which franchisors are really top-notch, world-class leaders, educators, motivators, people who are genuinely in this for your success? All franchisors are not created equal. And that's why you need a good franchise consultant, so that you align yourself to good franchisors, that you think carefully about all the criteria that should be important when you're selecting the right franchise, that as you're going through your 1 to 2 month due diligence process, you're asking the right questions, you're talking to the right people, you can build confidence in your process. Many times people try to go it alone and they can't say yes, not because they haven't necessarily done the right things, but because they don't know what they don't know. And so they don't have the confidence in their process. And after doing all of that work, they end up walking away without a business. What a waste of everyone's time. So a good experienced franchise consultant is going to align you to good, solid franchisors, is going to teach you how to think about the process, how to align yourself to the right businesses that match you personally, professionally, and financially, can coach your thinking, can help you avoid the mental potholes, and help you build momentum in your process so that you can confidently say yes or no at the end of that process. And the third don't of buying a franchise is don't go it alone, meaning don't pay the franchisor a franchise fee and then not do what they say. The biggest indicator of your success in a franchise is your willingness to follow the franchisor's lead. There are reasons that they do things in a certain way, and you may have another idea, and it's totally and perfectly acceptable to bring your idea to your trainer or to the franchisor, but also you need to listen and hear their reasons, because they may have already tried your idea and it doesn't work. That's why they're doing it a different way. So before you go out and waste time and money trying to reinvent the wheel because you think you know better, lean into the franchisor and ask. Maybe you're going to stumble upon a new way to do it that is better, but maybe the franchisor has already tried your approach and it didn't work, and this is their course correction for it. So don't assume that your thoughts about how to do something are right. You're paying for expertise, you're paying for coaching, so use it. Once you go out and you're massively successful, then if you want to try some different things, okay. But you're cash flowing, you have the bandwidth to do it. In the beginning, surrender your ego. I always say check your ego at the training door. Be at the mercy of the franchisor, lean into what they're coaching you to do, and then show up and execute according to that plan. These are my top 3 do's and don'ts of buying a franchise. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.